Hey guys, my name is Curtis J, and this episode is sponsored by Rated MA.
Rated MA for mature audiences only.
So go ahead and break it down real quick.
So it's a adult playing drinking game, and how it's played is you have two sides. You have the white side up and the black side. The white side is the statement side, and the black side is the question side. So I guess you just go around the room, you read the statement side out loud, and if it applies to anyone playing the game, you have to drink, and then the next player reads the question side out loud. So we're gonna kick this game off, or kick this episode off with a question.
Perfect. So I already pulled a card. We're gonna start on the black side. So they say that this game, Rated MA, right, is guaranteed for you to have some wild ass conversations. So let's jump the episode off just like this.
All right, wrap it up.
Should sex be fun and kinky or slow and intimate?
Both. Hello.
I say both. You know,
Yeah.
especially on the weekends.
Both of the two. Has to be a little bit of both.
It's definitely got to be a little bit of both.
Variety is the spice of life.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, look at, okay.
So the question is though, when did you first become kinky?
That question threw all of us off.
So shouts out to Rated MA. More wild questions coming up.
Hi everyone, welcome to McMoTV.
Where talk is therapy.
I'm C-Mac.
And I'm K-Mo.
And today we have two lovely guests. We have the Lady J.O.Lee.
Hello, everyone.
And the real Curtis J with us.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gents.
And they're joining us on one of our juiciest topics. Let's do this.
So, we've gotten a lot of feedback from our Does Size Really Matter video. I'm gonna link it right here. You can check that out. And then we've gotten a lot of comments, a lot of emails, pictures. We love it all, and we needed to address some things.
You got pictures though?
Pictures.
We did get pictures.
Oh,
wow. Okay. Okay now.
Pictures.
So one of the things we wanted to do is take the opportunity and respond to some of your amazing comments, have some feedback from our guests, and just try to kind of have some fun.
Yeah. So, does size really matter?
Part 2.
From a male perspective.
So okay, we'll start from the male perspective then. Since we finally have a gentleman to join us, and we received a lot of comments pertaining to the gentleman's side of how they feel about this topic, their opinions, and kind of feedback, wanting to know questions pertaining to us. So starting with our amazing guest, does size matter in any way when it comes to the male approaching a female or choosing a female?
I think you need to rephrase that.
Yeah, no, just
For
in
everybody
general. Just doesn't matter. And in what aspect?
Are you saying, does it matter how big we are when we approach someone?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Got you. So from a female perspective, like when you approach a female or when you're in a relationship with a female or becoming intimate with a female, are there aspects about that woman's anatomy in an intimacy perspective where you'll say this matters or that matters?
Got it.
Picking out like specifics of what a man may need to know or determine as his type.
Okay, that's a good question. I mean, of course it matters. It does come down to preference, just being totally honest.
Yeah.
100%.
But for instance, like me, myself, initially, I'm attracted to a female. I'm attracted to her facial features first. I'm a sucker for a pretty face. And then from there, I like just be proportionate. Because everybody's body type is different. I like all types of women, but I want them to be proportionate. Now, for instance, if you have, you know, a flat ass, totally flat, that's cool. Maybe. But you gotta be proportionate at least in the front, right? Now me preference too. Some men love large breasts. I'm talking about love it. You know, I got friends, I got coworkers, everybody, they love it, but they don't care about ass.
Yeah.
Now, let me be totally honest too. In my culture, in African American culture, we really pushed on large ass. That's why many women, you know, deform their bodies because they want to be attractive to, you know, the male species or
Good
whatnot.
point.
Yeah.
African Americans more specifically.
Yeah.
But it's in other ethnicities too, like Caucasians. They typically get what? Large breasts, more than ass, because pretty much what? Those men are attracted to what? Large breasts.
Large breasts.
That's
Yeah.
a
So
fact.
that's why I say it's
Okay.
about preference. But since I'm here talking on behalf of, you know, the males, I like proportion. It's so funny. So for instance, being honest, it depends on how freaky you are too. So a lot of people, they want to have exercise when they have sex. Others, they don't. So me and my homeboys, we have a running joke where, you know, sometimes we like voluptuous women, right? May have a large ass, also may be a little disproportionate, but hey, as long as they have a big booty, correct?
Right.
However, we like it in the sense of it's fun when we're having sex, because we don't want to work out, we want to have fun. So, you know, you've seen the memes and the videos and everything, you smack it and just wobble, right? So that'd be kind of fun. However, there's one situation where we don't like it. We all agree. I hope you guys can agree with me. That when the female wants to get on top and that bed sinks, all we can think about is pressure. We think about all this pressure. And they're having the time of their life, and I'm like, oh. So that's what I said. It comes down to preference. Now, those individual guys who love to sweat, right? They love to work out. I mean, they're like sweating like they're in the gym hard. Hey, I got some partners like that too. So that's why I said, again, it comes down to preference, because they may want to flip you up and down, put you on the ground, pick you up and everything. And it looks good for the gram, those pictures. Like, you know,
But in reality,
It's like time out.
time out. I'm not trying to do a full-fledged workout, right? And now, I want to piggyback off that question though too, because I also think it's on a woman's preference too. Because I do believe, I won't say I attach it to self-esteem per se, but I will address it to aspect of wanting to feel wanted.
Okay.
So I've seen some ladies who I thought they had a beautiful mind, but they didn't think they were beautiful on the outside. And so they wanted just to feel the love, not necessarily want to be with different men, but want to feel the attraction and the love from men. So they're going to alter their bodies. They're going to alter it.
So they don't do it for themselves. They do it.
Right.
Okay.
Honestly, many people don't do it for
No, but
themselves.
we know what Drake says. Don't do it for the man. Man never noticed.
We keep it
Just
moving.
do it for yourself. You the coldest.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting that you call out the point that women will kind of go to the extreme of altering themselves based upon what they perceive the man wants. I wonder, do men do the same thing? Do men alter themselves in that
Physically.
ass physically?
Do men alter themselves physically
To
to
try to-
attract the women that they want? Yes, but not to the extreme of women do. For instance, since this is what, part 2, right? Let me tell you something. I'm not going on nobody needle to make my genitals larger for a woman. Now, I may get on a P90X diet or something. So when we say alter our body genetics, okay, cool, I'll do that. Eat some watermelon instead of, you know, burgers. You know, lose some weight. But that's about it. If you
workout,
think
okay.
about it.
Yeah.
That's
From that aspect, outside of that.
But you know men get lipo. They
Yeah,
do
men
that.
do lipo. And they get the
more often than you know.
Right, that's what
They
I'm
get
saying.
that abs thing too.
Yeah.
They're doing that.
Face
And they're
abs and all that.
doing the hairline.
Hairline. Those are, I mean,
Yeah.
those
Yeah,
are
right,
alterations
right.
as well.
Yeah.
It's minor, but it's
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 still,
minor.
yeah, it's still out.
It is alteration.
yeah.
A man going bald, but he already had hair.
Yeah. No, I get
But
that.
it's different. Women,
You
you didn't
altered.
have a breast,
And then
so
you
you went and
had-
bought a breast.
You know.
So I went and I already had hair, meaning that I already had this. So I like myself this way, you know, because I thought I was more attractive.
So you feel as though if you've already had it, if it's something that was already given to you, birth or whatever, then you just trying to keep up with it is not
Right.
something that you would consider alteration for that purpose.
I wouldn't.
But something if you didn't have completely, and you're like, okay, well, men like this or women like this on
Yeah.
on our respective
Correct.
positions, then going out to say, well, I'm gonna go from a A cup to a F.
Right.
That's the women will go to that extreme, and you're saying guys won't.
Correct.
They're not gonna really go to
I
that
have
extreme.
never heard, at least in my circle, I have never heard of any homeboy, friend, coworker, relative saying that, hey, bro, man, my girl wants me to be 8 inches. So, I'm going to go to the doctor and get my stuff extended. No.
Has anyone in the comments out there, have any of y'all ever had that experience, or do any of you know if that's even a thing? So, we just want to know. Awesome question, though.
Yeah, let us know. I'm very curious. I want to
Yeah,
hear
I
the
don't know.
story.
I don't know.
know.
Personally. I mean, I don't think that someone will actually tell you. They're like, yeah, man, I used to be a 3. Oh, here.
Yeah,
oh
they're
my
not.
God.
Guys,
don't-
yeah, I
like-
don't think they'll come out and say it. Like
No,
that.
I
They won't.
definitely don't think
Guys,
that they'll know.
guys, yeah, they won't.
I dare you, though.
I know.
You have. I want to know. Like, I want to know all about it.
Women will say, I
Yeah,
got
like,
work
yeah,
done.
I got my boobs on. I got
Yeah,
my ass
women
on. I
are
got,
more
I
open
got
about
lipo.
that.
I got whatever.
Right,
So-
right.
But I think that it's also more common for a woman to do that. So it's
And
not-
because women
Yeah,
have been
not.
cosmetically enhancing
Yeah.
themselves since the beginning of
Yeah,
it all
yeah,
started,
yeah.
it's
Correct,
more
correct.
familiar. I guess it's more easily accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it is more
Yeah.
accepted than before. Now women are more open about it to talk about plastic surgery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Before,
Yeah, it was like, oh, she had boobs.
now people
That was
don't
like,
judge
she
me anymore. But
you didn't get your boobs on. Now it's like, you don't have any type of alteration. What's going on? Natural bodies still matter, y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, now you see women that not
Big
me, but now people see women that not perky boobs up. Get your
Get your boobs on. Get the boobs on.
Do
Get
that.
that. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Get laser. Get boom. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, before the end of time, women was out here natural, still beautiful, you know.
Yeah, like
So-
you have hair in your skin, you can get that laser. Like, stuff like that.
And that goes back on being attracted to the opposite sex too,
Yeah.
right? So I will say that men, we are more physical, like focused. Like that's what hits us first. Like I said, I'm a sucker for a pretty face. The first thing that hits us is the physical nature,
Yeah.
the physical appearance, right? And so that's why I don't think it's so big on ourselves to try to go get surgery and extend ourselves, because we have to do so much, first of all, to even get to you guys. So it's kind of like, well, I gotta talk to your mind, you right? Then I gotta feed your soul, all right? And then before I can get to uncovering you all the way, versus like us, it's like, well, shoot, I got a chest and some balls. So at the end of the day, it's like, that's why men may go get like a hairline redone, because that's the only thing you can see, right?
Yeah.
And get their teeth fixed or things of that nature. So that is our alterations. But we don't go to the genital parts like you guys maybe would. So I would say, but also it's on society, like you guys were saying. You've been altering your bodies since day one, right? What's those things called? Corsets.
Corsets,
And, you know,
Yeah.
taking the waist in.
True. Waist
True
trainers,
that,
yeah.
true
Right?
that.
Being beautiful. So I think y'all emulate beauty.
Enhancements.
But even would say different cultures too, they have
Yeah.
different definitions of
True.
beauty.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Right, yeah, like like the Asian culture, with like women being, they have to be like a size 0. That I had my nail tech at one point. She was like a 2, I think, maybe, or a 4, and she would say that her husband or her boyfriend at the time thought that she was like too big. I'm like, you're smaller than me, and that's small. Like, it's a
cultural thing.
It's
Yeah.
a cultural
It's a
thing. Like, they
cultural
didn't think
thing.
that was attractive.
That's-
So
yeah.
And
I mean-
it's like European women, right?
yeah.
True.
They're like slim. No, you need to be super, super small.
Yeah.
Yeah, no boob, no
No,
butt, no
right, no
nothing, no
nothing.
belly, no
No
nothing.
nothing, yeah.
Just
Right,
long, luxurious hair.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it is preference, and I think they do it based on their culture, of who they're trying to attract, and what's accepted, things of that nature. But yeah, back to my original point, because I'm on here for 2.0. No man is going out here and having surgery to extend his size just to please a woman. No, he got to find other ways, and that's what I will give kudos to my male species too. We find other ways to remain attractive, or we read books. Like everything's in books, right? So what's this thing? The Kama Sutra. You can figure out a position that work for you, bro.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
that's K-Mo's perspective on what our last video, but I think it got taken out of content because she
Thank
not
you.
specifically
Thank
saying this size to this size. It's like, yo, if you are too big or too small or whatever the case may be, then you have to find your specific woman.
Yeah.
Because you can't please your woman. Like if you're with somebody and you're long enough, you guys are having, being intimate and sharing, your likes or dislikes, you're gonna learn how to please that woman.
So just to kind of sum it up, to answer the question, does size matter? The realistic answer is no, it doesn't. Not if you know what you're doing, not if you're willing to learn, not if you're communicating properly.
Know how to use that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So ocean of the ocean.
Look, guys, all the size in the world still won't make her happy.
True. Big facts. Huge facts.
That's crazy.
But I do want to ask a question. Wait, I do have a question. And I want it to be more biologically based because I think this was taken out of context on our last video as well. Mm-hmm. The biology of some men don't fit some women and some women don't fit some men. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to call that out as I wasn't being funny. I really was making a strong point of biologically speaking, some people don't fit together. And now that I have a male perspective and a female guest as well, I just kind of want to ask that question. Can you understand, or have you ever seen the concept of where a man is too big or too small biologically for a woman, or a woman cannot handle this size or that size biologically, so that causes an issue?
I'll let you start.
I think, yeah, it does. It does. Personally, for me, I have my size that I'm comfortable with, right? I'm not, it's weird, I have a short torso. Joking. But I don't like certain size. Like, I'm more comfortable with a 7 to probably like 8 or so. 7.
Whoa. Hold on a second. No, because I think that she's saying like her 7 to 8. I'm like, wait, that comfortable size for you is not a 7 to 8.
Maybe like a because 6 to
but maybe like a 5 to a
no, not 5. No, not 5.
You're the one who said a nice, normal, comfortable size. Now, specifically, he's like, yeah, we used to sleep with it all the time. Like, but he was like a nice, normal comfortable. I'm like, what's that? He bought a she told me, like, I literally, no lie, an Amazon remote. And I'm like, that's a nice, normal, comfortable size. Now, if anybody has any type of ruler, you know that's like a 5.5, situation.
No, a 6.
A 6?
A 6.
I think that's a 6 is fair.
Yeah, 6 is fair. Comfortable.
6 is fair.
I always say that. I'm like, it's comfortable.
If it's comfortable, and sometimes, what makes it comfortable? What do you think makes it comfortable?
I think for me, what makes it comfortable is I enjoy it better, longer. It doesn't get...
Well, so is it like the thickness of it? Is it like
it's less
the
painful.
length of it? Because do you feel like even if you have like the same thickness, the same length, it could still be more comfortable than another?
Yeah. No.
Do you? Because think about it. Sometimes it just fits like, I don't know, maybe just the hard, that's how hard they get. It just probably fits differently.
It fits different, yeah. Because I feel like, for me, I like a 6, the length and a good girth, and it's the hard, like it's really, really hard, and a 6 or a 6.5 or so. Mm-hmm. For me, that's comfortable. Mm-hmm. To me, I enjoy that. Yeah. It's like great sex. I can, I don't want to say, but
you can achieve your goal.
I can achieve my goal. For me, that's very, very comfortable.
Okay.
I like that. But 7 is good. And I think.
But I feel like 7 you can't go too long with. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, I feel like, yeah, you might think 7 is good, but that's going to last, 10, 15 minutes?
No, 7 is good. No, I'm good with 7.
Okay.
When you go into the 8 and over, then I'm like, bro.
Right.
Skirt.
There are moments you have to pause. Maybe this is not for me.
But okay, so Bill Curtis J. What about the tightness? We hear, actually we have a comment from, I believe it was Mar Gillard, who let us know that black
Shout
women
out to Mar Gillard.
have the tightest
anatomies.
I was like, what? I need to read up on that study. So we want to know, what do black women really have the tightest?
Yes, we
Is
do.
that a thing?
That's a fact.
Do
We do.
black women have the tightest? I'm gonna say, back on you guys' question, it's a biological issue, right? And preference. Biology and preference. Here's my reasoning. Biology-wise, if someone has, like you said, girth, they're large, and they're dealing with somebody with a smaller torso, smaller, they may say like, "Oh, this is tight."
True.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
That makes
So-
sense.
That's
that makes sense.
Right?
This really
So-
is a perspective kind
Right,
of
right,
Yeah.
right. That's just my take on it. But then also, I guess to answer the question directly, yeah, I don't know. Because here's the thing. I know people that do yoga and they're very flexible and they're super stretched out and stuff. And, you know, you might just fall in.
Yo.
And then,
Did you trip?
and then you have other
Dive in
women
there.
that, right, you have other women that you would think, I'm being totally honest with you guys. With African American women now, if they're more voluptuous, you know, big bone, whatever you call it, there's this concept that they can take whatever. That theirs is large and it's going to be, you already know it's going to be stretched out, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's what the consensus.
Interesting.
Well,
I didn't
shout
know
out
that.
to Laura again because
Yeah,
that's
but-
not
Oh,
the
wow.
truth.
Right, it's not because,
Yeah.
like I said, you like, oh no, she's a little bigger, she's large. All right, cool. That thing is gonna be just it's gonna be stretched out. It's gonna be And once again, some men may say, oh, I love it. Other men will be like, I couldn't feel nothing. I didn't know that.
Right.
And then also you have those women who've been more sexually active, and I heard this numerous of times. I'm in various different types of circles that they can have the smallest body, the shortest torso, and be loose as a goose, like just loose.
Yeah.
And you would think they'd be tight. You'd be like, nah. But I think it's kind of like it's like a muscle, though, right?
Yeah.
Y'all correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
And
If
yeah,
you
it
keep
is.
working the muscle,
Right.
whatever activities or something, it's gonna loosen up, right?
Yeah.
And that's why you do some activities try to tighten it up. I've seen like on
Yeah.
some
Kegels,
YouTube,
yeah,
like,
Kegels,
oh,
yeah.
tighten it up.
Yeah.
But yes, I wouldn't couple the whole entire study by saying African American women solely, because that's sample size.
Yeah, for sure.
So the sample size may be small for him or for other people.
Yeah.
Quick question. So, I'm just wondering, do men have the same type of scenario where they have exercises that they use to gain with girth? Maybe
Oh
stamina?
yeah, because I have heard that men do, I guess, whack off, jerk off, like often, so that they can either keep stamina or keep like a harder.
Okay. So I would say yes and yes. Like we've all seen like Austin Powers when we were little, right? And so, you know, they can use these different tools that can push all the blood, you know, to their genital area to make it bigger. But it's temporary, right? Temporary. They also have things like rings and stuff they try to put on it. But it's all just try to, you know, push all the blood and keep it in one spot, right? But that's still temporary. Now, as far as like stamina, yeah, of course. You have to. Because just being totally honest, if a dude's having sex, right, he knows his count or he knows his stroke or whatnot to the point where he's about to, you know, fire off, right? And so, therefore, if he doesn't care about a woman and want to please her, then he'll just fire off. But if he does care about the woman he's having sex with, he's saying, hey, in his mind, like, my stroke is now, but he'll slow down his motion. He'll slow down his stroke because he wants to, therefore, like, please her. All right? Because you want both of them to have, like,
Make sure she got hers too.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and
But
that
if
makes
not,
sense.
it's fire off.
That makes sense, yeah.
So,
But yeah.
okay, so that brings me to my point. What do you think? What are some things, right, openly that you think we can do, or you, I guess, has worked for you, any one of you guys when it comes to pleasing the opposite sex?
I think you have to know who you're dealing with though, because everyone's different. I feel like you have to know.
So knowing the person,
Yeah, I feel
knowing
like,
what they
yeah.
like and dislike.
Know what they like and what they dislike, because some positions work for some guys like some positions, some guys don't. Like, I have male friends, and I know I have a male friend personally. He hates reverse hoe girl. He hates it. We talked about
and
it.
I have a male friend who
Loves
loves
it, right?
it, so it's
And
like
he literally said, "Yo, I hate when girls do that." He said it hurts his dick. It hurts his dick. It hurts. He hates it, and he said girls love it because they think that it's like, you know, he's like, yeah, it's amazing from the ass, from the back, the look, you know, everything's good, the motion is good, but he definitely hates it. He said it hurts his dick so bad, and he's like, yo, why do girls think that this is it all the time?
That's funny.
Yeah, so I feel like you definitely have to know.
You got another person.
You have to
And
know
that
the person.
communication is like
That communication
key.
is key, and you just, you know, eventually you guys are dating.
But so do you
just
don't
learn
think that there's
already.
no generic like things like this always works, this always there's nothing.
like a playbook, like like a cheat sheet. If you can develop a cheat sheet
Yeah.
to say that these items, these are fail safe.
These are
Like,
like
as long as you can do
yeah.
these,
You
you should
be
be
good.
in the door at least.
You know what? Years ago, I would have said yes, right? But as I've grown older and matured, and you know, had different experiences, and also had different conversations,
Yeah.
it's all preference.
It's all
It
preference.
comes down to
Every-
communication, though.
Yeah.
I would say you gotta have that communication. Some people think it's taboo because you never really know how far you can go. Like I said, ladies give dudes sometimes a hard time. We gotta uncover this lady, uncover that
layer,
lady.
yeah.
Can we go now? No, let's stop. So just coming out by even having that conversation, sometimes it may turn a woman off. Like, oh, he just want to have sex. No,
Yeah.
I'm actually just trying to communicate.
Yeah, trying
Because
to
we're not even
understand.
compatible. I done spent all this money on dates and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and then you like, oh, I don't like. And now
Yeah.
that may, because being honest, someone's 3, maybe someone's 10
Yeah.
on that scale. So if I like doing this on a 10 and you like on a 3, but it comes down to communication.
Yeah.
So I would say communication on both ends, but also having a willing to communicate and accept growth though.
Yeah.
Because think about it, your
That's
first go round, you're not gonna be riding a rodeo, blowing mine all the time. No.
Plus, you
Yeah.
might be bringing in some things from an old relationship that you were just habitual in doing.
Yeah.
for
And that
sure.
you were taught.
And that's
So,
what you're taught,
so
right.
dudes
Yeah,
like
That
listen
one
to
specific
Exactly.
person.
Yeah.
Right, it's like, no, do it like this. Like this.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, let me tell y'all, I've been around some amazing fun times, like house parties, right? House parties. And I done heard her say some crazy stuff to people, and I'm like, what? I was like, wow. And in my head, I'm like, I don't know no girl like that. But like I said, it come down to preference.
She's
It
our
definitely
unique
comes
one.
down to preference. It comes down to preference because even if you think that, you know, oh, that's gonna work for every guy, you meet someone it's like nothing. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that don't.
You
I
know what this
definitely
reminds me?
preference.
This makes me think of like head, giving head or getting head. That's also a preference because I know like one of my good friends. She's like, miss me on the head. Like get to it.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I need that head.
Right.
Like-
So,
Right. And
So
so the same way.
what
this
about
way,
you?
yeah.
Like, do you feel like that's also a preference, or do most men like head?
man.
Most-
And no, it's a preference. It's a
So
here it
most
is.
men don't
I
like.
believe
So you feel
Yes.
like most men don't like head, or this,
No, I don't
it's
know. I
really
can't
just-
say I can't generalize my guys,
Yeah.
right? But some dudes have had bad experiences
Okay.
over and over
Over,
again.
yeah.
Let me tell you, you scar us with your with the experience of oh my god.
I just felt
Like-
the pain in it. It's like, wait a minute.
And y'all gotta understand that's
Shout out to empaths. Like,
that's a sensitive look. It's a sensitive part of our body.
so
Right.
it can traumatize a man.
Oh yes, we like no.
Yeah.
Until
Is that-
they really like that person, and then
And
they
trust.
like, okay, go ahead, please. And it's like, okay, cool. But like starting out and stuff, you don't want to just say, man, everything been going well.
Yeah.
We've been building for the past month. You know, great conversations. In their mind, it be trigger like, no, give me a hit. No, baby, I'm a
And it's all about preference. I know a girl that breasts, nothing for her. You could play with her nipples all day, nothing for her. Just nothing. So it's just
Yeah,
a
no,
preference.
no,
And some
yeah.
girls don't care for head.
right.
Some
Exactly.
girls don't care for head. Some girls really don't care for head. So
Yeah.
it's just like it's all about preference. And most guys think that okay, if I give her head, this is gonna be it.
Right.
No.
And
Yeah,
then
no,
too,
it's true that some
Yeah.
people just don't know how to. Like, I think there's the point of okay, yeah, you like it. Even when you like it, some people just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're with somebody who you're just like, this is trash.
Yeah, that is
Versus
true.
like,
That is
but
true.
you know when you
So
get
now
when you
we're
get it
taking
going, like, you
It's
know.
off the list.
But no, with that specific person.
Yeah.
Right, with that
Versus
person,
the
right.
being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like, I love getting head, but then it's like, you're not good, so I'm not gonna do it with you.
Mhm.
But what
Okay.
I do like with you is you can get down to the
Wait,
business.
does
So
that
I'm
mean
like,
does that mean you sacrifice that to be with that person?
I don't think.
Or is that one of your things that you put in the bucket of, wait a minute, this is my...
You sacrifice that because, like I said, that's something that
you
that's like.
sacrifice
You do because
I
it's
know
like,
you do. No, you do. I think so. I
yeah,
think
you
sacrifice.
definitely,
You do.
definitely
No,
sacrifice
you
because you're just like,
do. You do.
let me just okay,
Okay.
but you're great otherwise. But this
Okay, exactly. Yes, I
You
know.
think about other
Yeah,
things.
that is true.
So
That is true.
okay, let's talk about
And
that.
Curtis,
then.
hold on. I have a question
That's
for you,
a good-
Curtis. I have a question for you, right? If you like head, like giving head, right? You meet a girl and she's not good at it. She definitely don't like doing it, right? But you really, really like her. There's other things about this person that you really, really like. What would you do?
I will focus on the positives and coach her on the negatives.
Okay, so she would still need to be coachable.
Yes.
Right. It can't be something
Yes.
that she
Yeah.
just absolutely says I don't do.
Correct.
Okay.
No, not at all. Because
She's
that's
open
selfish.
to it.
Right,
Right, exactly. She's
But
open
I'm
to
willing to build and accept that. I've seen some girls write a dude off like, oh, he's nice, he's sweet, he got money, take care of me, but he got trash. Oh, okay.
But no,
Yeah.
sometimes
It's
it's,
just-
but
it's
you know what, I
teachable.
think some things are though.
Some
'cause,
things
like,
are teachable,
We
yes.
talked about this
We
before,
did.
how like sometimes
We
you
did.
just have like that. You have to have some type of compatibility. Like that has to be 70% there. There's certain things that you cannot teach.
Yeah.
You're just like.
But you don't think
bro,
it's a person
this
though? I think it's a person. I feel like me personally, I feel like if you meet someone, right? You don't like giving head, right? But I feel like if you meet someone and you guys have that type of connection,
All of a sudden, you just love giving
no,
head.
not love giving head. No, wait.
But you want to.
No,
You're like,
love giving
yeah,
head.
like what?
Add this to my repertoire. Go ahead and put
Not
that
love
in my
giving
back
head,
pocket,
but
right?
no, I'm saying that you weren't opposed to doing it,
Yeah.
but you know that you're not the best at it, and you never cared to be better.
Right.
Yeah.
But you meet someone, you have that connection, and you guys have that physical, everything, mental, everything going on, and that person likes that. I feel like you're more open-minded
Right.
to please that person,
And willing to learn
And
how
willing
they
to learn
like it.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that person teaches you too,
Yeah.
how they want and stuff like that. That's my opinion.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a curveball. So for those of you who don't know, I came up with a lot of success in the entertainment world, right, behind the scenes. So I have a lot of different experiences and been exposed to a lot, just watching and observing, right? So then my question to you ladies, and anyone can take it, is that would you compromise, right, things you're not good at based on the person that you're with? Meaning that, say for instance, like a celebrity or someone you deem as high status and caliber, and now they want you to do things on the first go around that you said I don't do. Like for instance, I don't give head until I actually know you and all this stuff. But because of this person's status or perceived status, do you break that rule?
No. So I've actually been in the entertainment business as well, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly the type of environment you're talking about and how women can get in that position and find themselves between a rock and a hard place, not understanding where they should go. And I learned very early on, the music business will not respect you. The entertainment business will not respect you if you budge even a little bit on your integrity.
Wow.
It doesn't matter who you're around. It doesn't matter how famous they are, how much they can do for you. Trust me, they're looking at you and they're looking directly at your integrity. You said you wouldn't do this, but I got you to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I think for me,
Wow, okay.
I think for me specifically is that I like what I like. So regardless of your status, regardless of your whatever, I'm not gonna change what I like, and I'm not gonna change who you are or who I am to please you. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it.
Not worth it?
It's not worth it.
Not worth it.
But I know situations where it has happened, and it does change the girl. It changes the woman on the inside.
Yeah.
A woman who compromises her integrity to put herself out there and maybe do something that she normally wouldn't do for an opportunity. It
Right.
definitely
I can imagine
changes.
how that would
Opportunity.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
let's talk about it outside of the entertainment world. Do females, right? I would say not weaponize, but do females leverage their knowledge of men being physically attracted to them and knowing their body and knowing how they can use sex, right, to get what they want from men?
Yes.
100%.
So,
yeah.
Or at least to get y'all to pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
You know, it doesn't have to be used against you in a bad way.
Yeah.
It could be used to do. It's like, hey, I'm cute.
Yeah.
I think I know whatever.
I'm the one for
But
you.
it doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean like I'm gonna empty your pockets.
Right,
Because a lot of times, like we're just like, hey, we're trying to get to know you. Like,
And there's
hey,
so much
what's going on?
competition.
Yeah.
Right. You
So-
gotta be like, it's me.
Like, I'm
so
right
you
here.
can leverage your
Yeah,
beauty.
right.
So you do that, alter your body, leverage your beauty to get our attention, and then you have you seen anyone use people then for sex. Or use sex as a way to get to what they want from them.
Yes.
Of course, but
Because
I think
that's-
that goes two ways.
Mhm.
I think that on the male's perspective, I feel like men they wine and dine you, they do all this extra.
Guys,
Good
yeah.
morning,
Yeah.
good
Good
night,
morning.
beautiful,
Yeah.
hey beautiful, hey
How's
cool
your
baby,
day?
They call you babe,
blah
yeah.
blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and then it's be
They call you
like,
babe,
okay,
all that
then
stuff,
just
yeah.
that's just to get the buns.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like we both do it.
We both do it because guys know exactly what to say and what to
Exactly.
bring together.
There's a running joke that says women fall in love with what they hear and men fall in love with what they see.
Yeah.
That's why men are liars and women always look different than they originally do. It's just
Oh, that's big. Next episode. Does makeup matter? Yes.
I mean, okay, well let's talk about it. So you talked about how you think that you're a face first type of guy.
Okay.
Right. So if you are pursuing a female that's super beautiful to you and you guys vibe and all that, but then when she takes her makeup off, you're like, I mean, she's still
That's a little
hot.
different.
She a little. I mean, she, you know, you like, well, then
but
what?
she kill her with makeup on.
She kill it with
She
makeup
kill
on.
it.
You're just like,
Okay.
wow, baddie.
But you wake up in the morning, you turn over, you're like, I
So-
still love you.
Man, that's a really good question, and it's deep, right? On one end, I will say, I always say this too, in my mind and my world, beauty to me is a depreciating asset, right? And so I always like to look past the makeup. I love natural beauty, like, because honestly, when I wake up in the morning and I roll over, I want to be like pleasantry, like. Not like scared, like I'm gonna go. I will say that women are artists because, especially with this world in social media and Instagram, we get caught up on the likes. That's a like, baby, not love. Because
Ooh, good point. Good point.
that dopamine, kicks in as well on both sides. That's why males explore page maybe nothing but females and ass and titties,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the women who are getting the likes, they want to keep going because, they like me, they make me feel good. So I get that aspect too. But, yeah, man, because they feel like it's like deception. You fooled me.
Yep.
The contouring and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't watch some of the videos. I'm like, oh no, you got me. And so, being in the entertainment world, coming up from that industry as well, I done seen some of the most beautiful women, amazing skills with contouring, look like totally different people. But the makeup behind it or the biology, imagine you have kids with them. You're thinking that I'm gonna have kids with this, but when you see them in person, disappointed. Matter of fact, I just had some homeboys the other day. They seen this celebrity woman they see on Instagram, and they was like, man, I seen her in person. Why did I see her in person? She looked hurt.
Oh my God.
Just being honest, because when it comes down to angles and the ring light, y'all are killing it. And it make a dude, being honest, I'm a dude. You like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Click. Oh, man. And you just love to see him, right? I don't want nothing to do nothing with him. I was like, whew, beautiful, beautiful. And then you see that one picture, you like, oh no.
What?
Yeah, no. Because it's for a lifetime from a get with you, not just
Yeah, that's a
temporarily.
fact.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to be shallow, you guys. I do
Right.
not want to be shallow to the point where we're home, we're getting ready to go out, and then I have to think about it and ask you, like, you gonna put on some makeup?
Oh, good point though.
Right, because I
everybody's
fell in
so
love
used
with
to-
that.
Yeah,
I fell in
good
love with
point.
that.
That's true.
That
That's a good
image,
point.
right? And I fell in love with image, and I don't want that to happen. And I'm saying that from personal experience too, where I thought about, like, could it be something with her? I'm like,
Right. Yeah.
not because I don't want to grow, because I don't want to have that in my mind ever saying, like, I love how she looks with makeup on versus off. Now, of course, I'm going to my original statement though. In my world, in my mind, beauty is a depreciating asset, because the person they are on the outside is going to depreciate regardless.
Yeah.
Right? So I need them to be beautiful on the inside and accept them and say, I can wear my natural. What y'all say? Like, do a light beat?
Some
Do that?
eyeliner.
Yeah, it was a little pop. Like,
Gloss.
I respect that. But if you're putting on ounces and ounces of makeup and it takes you
Take it
45 minutes,
Oh yeah.
and
Every
I've
single
been in
time,
ladies'
yeah.
rooms, I'm being like, look at all this stuff. You put all this on every day. I'm like, baby girl. Because then guess what? Your daughter gonna do the same thing.
Right.
Their
Yeah.
kids gonna do the same thing.
think Curtis is right. I've never met a guy who, meet a girl with a lot of makeup on. They, go home, whatever they do in the morning, makeup is off, and complete different person, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can still rock with that. No, they're always like, I'm good on that. Yeah, I've never met,
No, yeah, I definitely try it. Like, for me, especially if I'm meeting someone new, I want to have, like, such, like, a natural look,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want it to be as close as how I normally look, then, because it's just, because I know when you really start to like me and I really get cute.
Comfortable?
When I really get
I need you to love me.
listen,
I need you to love me with eye boogers. I need you to love me in the morning.
Yeah.
I need you to love me at that stage.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Enhance me. Like, show you some enhancement. Like, yeah, baby, you beautiful. Then you come down those steps.
And
you
it's
walk
like,
in that red dress. You're like, you ready? You're like,
right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But,
100%. I love that. Well, this was a really, really, really super good episode.
Yes.
I'm so happy to have you guys here. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Lady Jam.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let us know in the comments. Send us more pictures. Send us more
Pictures. I want to see
feedback.
Let us know what you think. We dived into a lot of different topics here today, so maybe we can continue off of this also. Just let us know your feedback to a lot of.
sorry. One more question. Since you kept talking about pictures, right? Ladies,
Oh, God.
do you guys like when we send you random or not? We like when dudes send you random dick pics?
It depends.
Like,
Depends on the guy.
I mean,
Depends on the guy.
random? No.
okay, so
But-
you don't like random middle of the day, like,
What if it's someone you're dating though, heavy dating, and they just randomly send you something, just something?
You can randomly send me a song. You can randomly send me
Okay.
something sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
why you randomly send me? I know what that look like.
Okay.
So I think it just, to me, I don't want random pictures of your.
I get it. I feel like the honeymoon phase, it's like, if you guys are heavy dating and feeling each other like that, and
We're trying to develop that chemistry. I
Yeah.
feel like it's at the beginning, but I feel like that's the type of phase where you kind of want to send each other like little
just cute
sneaky
stuff.
ones during the day.
That's cute.
It almost
stuff.
goes
Here
on
and
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
Not
What is-
consistently,
It's
not
cute.
yet.
It's
Yeah.
cute. You send me a cute song. It's cute. You send me a cute picture. It's cute. A lot of different things that could be cute. Like I don't really appreciate the dick pics. Like
I
I'm
don't
not
like
a
when guys
dick
ask
pic
me
person,
for
like,
stuff.
and
It's
I'm
so
and
annoying.
But what if they wanted a picture from you? Would you?
Oh,
if they
I mean,
said, "Hey, during the day, send me," hey, let me.
I
send
think
you
that's
something."
normal though. Like for a girl to send a cute little,
Cute pic.
and I'm good with that. Like if you're, I hate when you ask like,
I hate that.
Let me just surprise you.
Yeah.
Send you something cute. Send you a little cheek right here, a little cleavage right here. But don't harass me. Like
I hate that. I hate
Let me
it.
see
Yeah.
what. Let me see a picture. I'm
I
like,
hate it. I hate it.
I
hate it.
can't.
I'm like, yo, I hate that.
okay, that's good. That's good insight, right?
Hate
so
it.
here's another question then to piggyback off of 2.0, right? The size matter. So if size matters or doesn't matter, so can someone send you like via Facebook Messenger or a random dick pic of their long or their short?
No,
and you get
no.
excited
No,
because it
no.
doesn't matter then.
No, women don't work. I don't think women work. We don't work that way.
Yeah.
Like we don't work the way men think we work when it comes to sending pictures like that. Our brains are not wired the same way. So when we see a picture like that, at first it's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what it looks like. It's like a penis is not an attractive thing from off jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
A penis attached to an attractive man is what's attractive to us.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
Just a picture of a
You just
penis.
want a picture.
Yeah.
No, it's like
I mean,
It's not-
and even if it's a beautiful penis,
It just
you're
doesn't-
still kind of like, it's not. You're like, oh shit.
It'd be
okay,
different
it's
if the
but
man was
it's
posing,
not-
right?
Yeah, you don't want it.
if he set himself up and he took a picture for
Yeah,
you.
full picture,
Like a
full on,
romantic
yeah.
picture of I'm your man.
Got the
That's
arms in
different.
there.
Yeah,
And that can be,
different.
yeah, because that can be a
Whatever.
turn off too. If you're just dating someone, they just randomly send you a dick pic, and you're like, bro, no, I don't care for you anymore.
You're
No, I
like,
don't even.
yeah,
You
like,
see, but
you're like-
if we're leading with our physical traits, like you guys do, then it's looked at differently.
But that's what we were saying earlier. Is women don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's the.
You don't
that's-
lead with women are not physical. We fall in love with what we hear and how we're treated. Men
Yes.
fall in love with what they see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for you to send us something that's just visual, we're like, we don't get it. But for you to send us something that's like heart,
So while
Put it to you this way, a penis tied in a heart with a little bow with little eyes on it would get more of a reaction out of us because it was cute, it was thoughtful, you wanted to be funny, you know what I'm saying? Make it was something silly that you sent
so
us.
try that one. But definitely,
Put an elephant on it, something.
So to the point of the video, does size really matter? Yes and no. Like, it's all about preference. It's all about what you like. I mean, we did have a comment that stated that she liked specifically 3 to 4 inches.
Okay.
I like 3
And we
to
were
4
very
inches.
grateful. Yeah.
That's she's like that's
See?
it.
It's
That's
all
what she
about
likes. So
preference,
I feel like shout out to Katie Cat 1-4. 3 to 4. That's what I'm saying. That's her preference.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And we had a lot of gentlemen who responded to our video also saying that their size was about 3 or 4, and they felt as though there was something wrong with that. But as you see, we had Miss Katie who said, no, that's her size
That's
preference.
what she likes.
So that's what we're saying. It's not really, size doesn't really matter in the general aspect of things. It's more of a specific person to person and relationship to relationship type of thing.
100%. Thank you, Curtis, for coming. Lady JLE. It's McMoTV.